Hey guys, so I am finally doing it. I'm finally getting rid of all of my fears. Yes, I'm getting my YouTube channel to, start to do all the things that it's supposed to do. Teach, share, impact, help people solve problems, kind of like solve puzzles in fashion designing. Yes, my name is Adedoyin Kafi Babalola and I am a fashion teacher. I've been on my fashion journey for some time now and I want to share with you some of the things that have helped me. So I promise to be more dedicated with my channel and drop a video in once a week. Please, if you find this video helpful, please subscribe so you can help your girl increase her followers, and also hit the notification bell so that you will be the first to know whenever I have a new video out. Today I am going to be teaching how to make a simple bubu dress. Let's get straight into it. And if you find this video helpful at all, please don't forget to like. So on the board I am going to be explaining how a bubu works, how to cut it, and then we can come to the cutting table to cut our actual bubu and get this ball rolling. Yeah? So for me to achieve a bubu, please, if you don't know what a bubu is, this is a picture of a bubu right here. So we're going to be making this bubu. So the first thing is that we need two measurements. We need two measurements to make this bubu. We need so basically a bubu is a rectangle that has like a neckline and a sleeve, a passage for a neckline and a sleeve. So basically we're trying to achieve a rectangle. A rectangle has two sides. This, which will be like the length up to my sleeve. So if I choose to do a long bubu, it's going to get up to here. There's a long length bubu to get up to here. Or if I choose to do a 3/4, it stops here. If I choose to do like a short sleeve or something, it gets up to here. And if I want it to be really short, it can come up to here. It just depends on you. So that's the first measurement, and I take it from my neck. I take it from my mid neck here, my nape. I take it from my nape to my desired length, to desired length, sleeve length, desired sleeve length, yeah? So I take it from my nape to my desired sleeve length. For this one, I don't want it to be more than around here, so I'm just going to measure from here to here in a minute. It's not difficult, it's not easy to measure yourself, but I'll try. So from this point here, which is the midpoint of my neck, I want to come all the way like this to about 20. Yeah, 20. So I can go all the way, usually to 30, because most clothes come by 60. So you just fold in two and just cut straight, then you achieve the 30 length. But I'm just doing 20 today. So the first measurement that I need is my sleeve measurement, which is 20, yeah? Now the next measurement I need is the dress length. Let me just say the dress length. Now this can be a 3/4, it can be a short bubu, it can even go all the way to your ankle. It depends on you. So for me, I want it to look like a 3/4 because I'm making a trouser for it, so I don't want it to be too long. I just want it to be like a short, sexy bubu, yeah. So I think that my ideal length would be about 34. So it still shows my bubu, my pants that I have in, or 33. Yeah, so I'm gonna go 33. So my dress length is 33. Now when I have this measurement, the next thing I need to do is just get a piece of paper. So let's say this is my paper now, and I'll put 33 here. so 33, and I'll put 20 here. So the next thing I'm going to do once I do this is I want to get a space for my neck. I want to get a space for my neck to come out, and I know that I need something for my sleeve. So for my sleeve, I'm simply going to put an opening here. However, I'm going to be doing a series of bubbles. So in the next one, we might do something slightly different, but let's just get into this one and enjoy all of the juicy details this one has got to offer. So for this one, I just know that I'm going to be sewing all here. I'm going to be sewing up all here, and I'll leave a little space for my sleeve to pass through here. So now for the neck. Now for the neck, it depends on me if I want it to be like wide and open and showing all my shoulder, my neck area, or if I want it to be just moderately, if I want it to be V-neck, it depends on you, but because this is just a simple bubu, I'll just leave it as like a basic neck. So I want it to come down like maybe 3 inches. 3 inches down. And then I want it to be like maybe another 4 inches, or 4 inches wide. So I want it to be 4 inches wide. So that means that once I get this and I get this, I'm going to now draw a curve. Yeah? Basically, this is how to cut your bubu, right? Yeah, it's that simple. This is a bubu. So if it's a bubu dress, it's going to be longer. There are so many other things we can now start incorporating to make our bubu jazzed up, and I'm going to be showing you in a minute, but let's just take all this that we've learned right now and take it to the cutting table. What I like to do, because I have a foundation in pattern drafting, I like to cut everything on the paper. So this stuff that I just done now, I'm going to put it on the paper, and then we'll use that paper to cut our fabric straight. Now, not like I cannot cut it straight on the fabric, but I'm using a very soft, delicate, fine fabric. So I just want to make sure that everything is in place. So things that I need my tape measure, I need a marker to cut the pattern, I need some thread, I need my bias, and I need my awesome fabric, and of course paper to cut the pattern. Let's get to the pattern. So like I said, I can cut this simply without using a pattern paper, but just because I like to do everything on the paper, and because this is a slippery fabric, I would rather just use this. So remember, the length is 33. So what I have on this paper is 30, almost 36. So what I'll do is I'll just mark my 35 here, and I'll keep marking 35. Now the actual length is supposed to be 33, but plus 2 inches hemming allowance, it became 35. Then lastly, I'll connect my lines. Okay, so this is my dress length, Bubu dress length, Bubu dress length. Now the next thing I want to get is my sleeve length. So remember that I'm doing 20. So this is 20 here. Of course, I need like 1 inch for turning and joining as well. So I'm doing 22. So I'll just keep marking my 22. I'm doing 21, sorry. Right, so I'm just going to connect all of these as well. So I'll do another arrow this way, showing you that this is my sleeve length. Yeah, so I'm going to cut off this part. I don't need this the parts that I'm marking with black, I don't need it. I don't need it. So I'm going to just cut them off. So the next thing I want to do is to get my armhole opening. So I decided to use 9 inches because 7.5 was a little too small. So I'm using 9 inches. So just know that that's where you're going to start stitching from. You're not going to do anything over here. You're going to just leave this free. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it 3 inches down, and then I'll come here and do 4 inches. Now I want you to know that this is totally entirely up to you. If I am doing like maybe I want to do V in front and I want to do a round neck at the back, that means that I'll cut my round back and then I'll do a V that is longer than 3. But this is just like I'm doing the same thing in front and the same thing at the back. So like I said, you can totally decide what you want to do. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to just connect this with the curve. But however, I like to jazz the front up a little bit, so I'm going to be doing like a little opening in front that I'll just pipe and use like a rope to finish up. You get? Just because I like drum. I don't know why I had to do that. You know, I was just going to do a simple boo, and I had to extend it. Anyway, let's get to the cutting of this thing. This fabric is really soft and fine. I already cut the trouser. I think I'm going to put the video for the trouser up as well. Okay, so I forgot to cut out. So I'm going to put like my sewing allowance. So I'm cutting the back. I cut the back first. When I'm done, I'll come and cut out the front parts. So I'm just setting all of my fabric in place, and then I put my pattern on it. I'm using my speaker as my fabric width, and then I'm going to start pinning from side to side because this fabric is really slippery. Once I am sure that everywhere is firmly pinned, then I can start cutting my fabric. Taking out all of the pins now, so I just need to pick the side that I want to be the front. So I can decide whether I want this side to be the front or I want this side to be the front, and it looks like this is my winner. So I'm now going to pick this part and trim out this. So pin here because this is like my midpoint. So now I have my neckline and it's just pretty small and fine. If you want your neckline to be bigger, you can just make it wider. And then the next thing for us now is just to go and sew. So when I'm sewing, I'm going to be using my bias to make the neck neat, and then I'll just sew the sides. Trust me, you can be done in 30 minutes. So I'm going to start sewing from the neck, you know, the little hole that I have in front. I'm going to make that part neat first. So I'm going to bias that part. I'll make that part using my bias to make it neat. And once I am done with that, like a little keyring, like once I'm done with it like this, I then move on to the neckline. So I'm going to now start to bias the full neck, and once I'm done with that, we're almost done. It's just to join the sides that will be left. And oh, so the way the bias works is that you do the first stitch, which I've done, and then you now come and do the second stitch which is just a top stitch on it. And that's all. You have to just be careful about all the curves, take it slowly. So now I'm done with the neck, and see how it looks neat and all. So the next thing we want to do is cut out all of our threads, and then we'll go and sew the side. So I'm sewing the side now. So I'm going to sew each side, and I'll leave a sleeve opening of 9 inches. It just depends on you. You can go lower or you can go more. I'm just notching to make sure that I stop stitching at that point because of my sleeve opening. So after notching the point where I want my armhole to stop, the next thing I want to do is fold that place neatly. So I'm just folding the armhole right now neatly. So once I'm done folding an armhole for one side, I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the second side. Once all of that is done, we are done. It's just for us to now see the outcome of what we just created together. Thank you guys for joining me in this video. This will be the end of this video. However, I'm going to show you the complete outfit, and I actually made a trouser in the same fabric, and here is the picture. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'm sorry that it's stretched. I really tried to make it concise, but I have to show you all the steps that I take, kind of. Please remember to subscribe and like.